The extension of the art gallery and museum at Stuttgart, this was the third invited competition in Germany which we did win. Our building, it is also U-shaped. It has a circular sculpture court which has maybe some correspondence to the semicircular drive to the old building. The scheme is more provocative than the straightforward contextualist project that it first appears to be. It does fit into the fabric and knit it together, but with a richer language than the neoclassical. It speaks as dual structures do on two quite distinct levels, offering a reconciliation with tradition and context on the one hand, and a confrontation of cultures on the other. The building is completely courses of sandstone and travertine, which come from nearby, from an area called Bad Cannstatt, which is 10 miles north of Stuttgart, where there is a kind of hollow mountain. It's actually not a material which is not all that expensive, relatively speaking, in Bavaria. This scheme has provoked with the German architects, though there do seem to be as many for the project as against it, particularly the younger German architects seem to be very much in favor of the project. However, the story is that one famous architect-engineer at a public lecture put two slides on the screen, one of the Stuttgart project and one of Auschwitz, and said these are the same, which, coming from a German, I find splendidly over the top.
Stuttgart-based architects and engineers like Frei Otto and Günter Behnisch on the one hand, and others on the other hand. James Stirling was very mute within the context of this debate. He stayed silent, but others argued for and against this kind of architecture. They saw in the architecture, in the future architecture of James Stirling and Michael Wilford's new Staatsgalerie, a brutalist architecture, and they were really shocked. Basically, Frei Otto and Bertolt Burkhardt wrote in this, the architecture of modernity is dead. 20 years ago, Stirling's design would have been unthinkable because it looked so fascist. And they also wrote, where is the fairy tale in architecture? Where's the jolly architecture? Why is everything so serious? And one of the architecture historians and theorists arguing against Frei Otto, arguing against Günter Behnisch and Bertolt Burkhardt was Jürgen Jödecke. He basically defended James Stirling's and Michael Wilford's architects against the criticism of being a piece of brutalist or even fascist or fascistoid architecture.
I don't see our work as being postmodernist, and I feel on the fringe of postmodernism, but I've always felt on the fringe. I never felt that I was brutalist, and I don't feel now that I'm a postmodernist. I'm kind of curious about postmodernism and interested in a way, but I don't feel part of it. In a way, I think I would feel more sympathetic to modern architecture. I mean, postmodernism seems to do a lot with surface only, and I still believe that architecture to do with space and depth.